Hi everyone, this is Willie Crawford and I'd like to welcome you to today's webinar. We'll be getting started in a minute or so. I want to give a few more people time to show up, and today's call will be recorded, but we do encourage you to stick around for the entire call because Matt's going to demonstrate some really incredible software that I think you'll be impressed with and want to get your hands on. So let's give it another minute and then we'll get started. Okay, Matt?
Hey Willie.
Hi.
Okay guys, I'm going to get into some really cool software, something that can really benefit you, benefit your business, and something that I think that you can make a lot of money using.
Excellent, excellent.
All
Why don't we give it just one more minute though? And for the people just joining us on the call, a lot of these attendees are regular subscribers and friends of mine, and they know that I've always got my hands in a dozen different pots, if you will. I'm always really, really busy, and so I use automation a lot, and I outsource a lot because that's the only way I can even halfway keep up with all the projects I'm working on. And so I'm very honored today to bring Matt Ionati to you and his Power Leads Pro software. I think you're really going to like it. It's one way that I am able to get my message out to hundreds of people, even thousands of qualified prospects, I mean, in a flash and without a lot of manual searching or list building. And so I think you're really going to like it. And so let me go ahead and hand you over to Matt. And again, thanks for joining us.
All right, thanks a lot, Willie. Okay, folks. If you're not really familiar with Power Leads Pro, Power Leads Pro is, in my mind and in the mind of many other marketers, the best lead generation tool that you can buy today. And I can say that with good reason. It has the most features. It can do pretty much anything you would need it to do to find leads for your business. I'm going to give you a quick run through of just Google Maps first, and typing in a keyword like dentists, and let's just check off United Kingdom. I'm going to select all the cities. There's a lot of different ways you could search with Power Leads Pro, but this is just a very simple way to do it. And when I hit search, it's going to start pulling up business name, address, city, zip code, phone, emails from website, website URLs, map page and positions, and a number of other different type of data that you could use to bring to a local business. It might run a little slow right now because we're on this GoToWebinar, and this software uses an extremely a high amount of resources on a computer. It's opening multiple browsers and doing many at the time. But I'm just going to go ahead and stop it here just to give you a quick idea of what we got so far. And as you can see, we got zip codes, phone numbers, emails, if any are listed, and if the business has a website or not. So I'm going to stop right here and explain to you just with this little amount of data what you could do. If you do web design, for example, you'll notice that this listing doesn't have a website. Neither does this listing. Neither does this listing. So what you can do then is you can contact this listing, this lead, and offer them a website if you do web design. The next thing, moving on, if you do any type of SEO, Google Maps optimization, any type of local marketing, this is going to tell you the page number and position of each business that's in Google Maps, and it'll also tell you if it's verified or not. And if you notice, we have multiple #1 page and positions, and that's because we did a search for the whole country, so it's pulling up different local results. If you just specified London or a specific city, you would only get the results from that one city. So again, just using this data now, knowing that you can find a business that hasn't been verified yet by the owner is pretty huge. I mean, this gives you so much ammunition to approach a business and offer them a type of service that you do. Moving on, we also going to know if they have any photos listed on their page or any videos posted. So if you do any type of video creation, editing to any type of business, this again is just more data to say, hey, you know, Joe's Pizza Shop or this Italian restaurant or whatever doesn't have any photos of their business. I mean, and they have a beautiful restaurant. So you might want to go down there and take photos for them and explain to them why they need photos and why it's important to have that on their Google Maps listing page so their customers can see that. It's going to increase their business. Also get the number of reviews they get from different places. All right, so this is pretty much what you get with the Google Maps portion. And then if you want to take it a step further, we can do analyze their domains. And when you analyze these URLs, we're now going to get information such as the organic position, H1 tags, meta keywords, description, backlinks, if they have an XML sitemap, if they have a Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn profile on their website, and we'll also be able to tell if they have an indexed KML file, which is very important. If you do any type of Google Maps optimization, they're going to need a KML file on their site, and you'll also get some other information, Facebook mentions, which is the number of times their business domain was found on different Facebook pages, and those pages being indexed in Google. So it might be a little overwhelming at first with all this information I'm giving you, but this is just a tremendous amount of data to be able to present a local business with, and it really just, you know, gives you everything you need. I mean, it tells you which businesses need your help the most. And when I get into the other sources, I'm going to actually show you which ones are actively spending money on advertising already. So that's like a, you know, that's like shooting fish in a barrel. If you can find businesses that you know are already spending money on advertising, and there's a good chance, you know, you can sell them also on your advertising services. So in general, when you have a list, if you want to create, my list is only 10, you can create 1,000 or 3,000 listings and leads if you'd like. I'm just going to do a short one for you. You can create an email to send out from here, and in here, these are all just little samples I did right here. This is where you can customize an HTML template. And in this template, you can use unique tokens that correspond to the actual business. For example, when I use the headline token here in an email, and I want to email, suppose let's say these 3 listings that I have checked, it's going to replace this token with the actual business name here for each one. So if I send out 3 emails, all 3 emails have the proper business name in the token field for headline. So it makes it much more personal. It doesn't look like some mass email you sent out to people. In addition to that, you can add hyperlinks, you can insert photos, you can do a number of different things with this template, and you can use multiple templates. If you want to do some type of split testing, you can create 5 different email templates, have them all checked, and then when you email your leads, you can have it rotate. So if you sent out 5 emails, all 5 listings are going to get 5 different templates. So from there, seeing which one the businesses respond to the most, you can get an idea of what template works the best. So closing this, I'm going to check on the, here we go here. This is the analyzed domain data. It's starting to come back now. As you can see, the H1, You get the keywords. This site doesn't even have a meta description, so that's gives you another piece of ammo to use. If, they don't even have a meta description on their page. Maybe their website sucks. Maybe they need your help. So this one does have an XML sitemap, but it doesn't have a Facebook profile found or anything like that. So going back to now my email templates. Again, from here, you create your template. You can create whatever you want, and you can use whatever tokens you want from the data here. So if you want to include a token for page 1, position, if the listing is verified, you can use tokens for the city, all that stuff. So, again, using tokens, if you're not familiar with it, it's just going to make every single email you send out that much more unique when you email and contact your leads. Now, another cool feature that you could do is, suppose that you don't really feel that you want to maybe approach them with something. You want to send them to a personalized HTML page or a personalized website or an opt-in page, or you want to send them to a personalized sales page to sell them your service. Well, you could do that also with this software. Basically what you do is you create an HTML file, which is nothing more than a website, a web page, okay? And I did make a sample one up. It's not very good. I'm sure you can do much better than I can, but just for demonstration purposes. And then once you have the listing selected, you're just going to hit export to sales page and upload to server. So what happens then is that the software will create, I'm going to show you here, it's going to create unique pages. Let me show you my window. Let's see. Okay. Okay. You can see the 3 listings I just uploaded, the files are named after the business itself. And then when
we're not seeing that, Matt. We're still seeing the software itself.
Okay. Let me show you what it looks like now. Yep.
Okay.
All right. How's it look?
Yeah, we see the web page now.
Really, can you see it now?
Yes, where it says "Put your business on Google Maps."
All right.
Yes.
So this is what this. That's correct. This is what you get here. You don't get this video. This is just a video I'm using for a demonstration purpose. Again, but you can see I used the headline token here. It automatically inputted the business name, and you can do this anywhere on the page. You can make this a full-blown website and use all their data from the listing. If you notice down here, this is the sales page URL. This is the direct URL to this page. Now, what makes this so powerful is you can insert that sales page token into every single email you send out automatically. So you just type out the proper way you write the token out, and if you send out 100 emails after you uploaded 100 different sales pages or web pages, it's going to send that listing and put the correct URL in to that email for every listing. I mean, that's pretty powerful stuff. I mean, you
That
can
is.
personalize a business page just for a specific business, and then send an email out to 100 or 300 or 500 or 1,000 different people, and they're all going to get that unique URL just for them to take them to the page that has all their data on it. I mean, imagine how long it would take, if you outsource that. It would take a tremendous amount of time to do that, let alone have to create different files, edit each file, upload each file, get the URL for each file. This does it automatically in seconds. I mean, it's crazy how quickly you can do it. And if you notice, the Cambridge area, I used a token for the city, so it automatically put the city name in here. I used the token for position and page number. I mean, you can use tokens for pretty much anything in the software. And if you want to get more fancy, again, you can create a whole full-blown web page. You can put an opt-in box. You can put a sales PayPal button. Do whatever you want. Now I'm going to go back and show you a different way you can upload other data here. Just give me a second.
And I know that as
My
people are
screen
watching
open.
this, they're probably thinking that it looks complicated, but there's actually training that shows them how to do all the things that you're demonstrating here. So it's not like they have to, know it on their own. It's all step-by-step
Yeah,
training.
that's correct, Willie. It's years step by step to set it up, and you also have access to video tutorials. But I assure you, it's very simple to get the hang of it. And if you have any questions, I offer phone support or live Skype pretty much anytime any of my customers need to get you up and running. Now moving on to exporting to HTML. Now suppose you just want to create a mini report about a lead. Suppose James Holship Dental Practice, you want to create a report. So I'm going to do export to HTML, and now I'm going to show you the type of report you get. I know you don't see my screen yet, but you will in a second here. Okay, let's see. Okay, everybody see that?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so this is the type of file that you could create with the HTML report, and it pulls basically whatever data you want from the listing and compiles it into a nice little HTML file, and it's something else that you can send to a business, or you can send even to your existing clients that can give them, it shows them where their page and position is, so if they're moving up in the rankings or they're not moving up. It's something you can use very quickly, and you can brand it and make it your own for your own business. Now, another really powerful feature is if anybody does local mailing in their area, you could, let me pause this here. All right, you could print out as many different letters as you want that will target and be personal just for each business. And using the email template, whatever we write in here, we could print out. So if we want to create one email or one letter and use tokens to make it very very personable, very targeted just for that business, you can go ahead and click on print emails, and from here, here's the sales page URL. You could print out, 100 different letters for each business and then send them out. Because with the software, you can also export the mailing, the business names and address right to mailing labels. So you can print the letters out from print email, and from print labels, you can actually export names and addresses directly to an Avery mailing label list. And it's, with this software, you have so many different ways. You can rather do mass mailing in your local area through postal mail. You can do emailing. You can export all this data to a CSV and cold call them. So it gives you so many different ways to contact these businesses. Now, showing you a really cool, there's a recently added feature in Yellow Pages. I'm going to go ahead and click on, let's see here, dentist, let's choose California. Something I added pretty recently, and a lot of customers were begging me to add it for them, was to find out which businesses on Yellow Pages was paying for advertising opposed to the free ones.
Right.
So what the software will tell you is if it's a featured business or a business featured. And if it's a featured business, it'll tell you yes or no. So if it tells you yes, that this is already paying extra money for advertising. So that's a prime, God knows what they're paying Yellow Pages to be, listed up on the featured section of their site. If they're willing to pay Yellow Pages a couple $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, even more a year, I'm sure they'd be willing to pay an expert like yourselves just as much money to do their local their Google Maps op and other stuff, and I'm pretty sure that the work you'll do for them will have a greater impact than that ad they're spending, you know, $10,000 or $20,000 for on pages.com.
Right.
Now, just
When
let me
I
do this
target,
for a second to.
when I work with local businesses, I want to work
Sorry.
with the ones that are already spending money on advertising too, because they're the ones that you don't have to sell them on it. They already know they need to spend money on their businesses, so they're the easiest ones to approach about things like this.
Of course, if I mean if a business is already actively spending money on advertising, it is very, very simple. It's much easier because they already know what time it is. They have an idea of, you know, it's not like they have no clue about the internet and how powerful their Google.com and Google Maps is, and they know the importance of having an online presence. So as you can see here, these first 6 businesses are featured listings. It tells you if they have a video on their page or not. It also tells you their ratings and stars. Basically, the higher amount of stars, the more likely you probably would want to work with that business, because it's, you know, it kind of tells you their feedback. You know, if customers are leaving good reviews, then there's a good chance that that's the good business that you'd want to work with, because they're going to treat you right also. You know, you're going to get paid on time. You're not going to have any issues like that. So just stopping it here, again, you're getting city, addresses, zip codes, phone numbers, any emails. And there's a feature on here that can basically dictate how many emails you want to get. And right now I have it on the lowest setting, and it's because of this webinar. This software uses so much, it's so powerful, it uses a lot of computer resources. And with this webinar, it you know, wouldn't work as fast as I would like it to. So I have it turned on to do not search websites. If I put search websites or always search websites, it will actually go to all their URLs that you see in the website column and pull more email addresses. There's plenty of times where, you know, I've gathered 1,500 different leads, and I had over 2,000 email addresses, because it'll pull up to 10 different emails from a site. So just giving you a quick tidbit about that. So also what we get here is, again, the number of reviews we got, the stars, you know, all that stuff. And if you want to click on the listing itself, you have a built-in browser window here. You can expand it, drop it down. You can look at the listing. So you got 5 stars, 1 review, 5 stars, 1 review. And I'm not sure if you'd want to go through this listing page or not. But if you notice in the software window, it says it has a video, and indeed it does have a video on their page. So again, if you do any type of video marketing, you can target these businesses. And just let me talk to you a minute about, you don't even need to know how to do video marketing, or you don't even need to know how to build websites. If you find leads that don't have websites, that don't have videos, this is stuff that you can outsource to other places very cheap. I mean, it's relatively inexpensive to outsource this kind of stuff and get it done for these businesses and just be a middleman. And a lot of people ask me if it's really that simple, and I tell them yes, it's really that simple. You can find a business that doesn't have a website. I mean, are you kidding me? In 2011, if you find a business like that, it is a relatively easy way to make money, is by contacting them, and you don't even have to know how to make web pages or any type of design. You can outsource all of that stuff. Now, again, just like with Google Maps, you can export sales pages, you can analyze their business domains, you can send these listings emails, and so forth. Now, I'm not sure if I covered or not the locations that you get with Google Maps and Yellow Pages, but with Google Maps, if you don't see a city or a location in this location area, you can add a specific country, like Italy, France, Germany, Spain, and these are the direct map links for Google for that country. And It comes with USA, Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, Italy, France, Germany, Spain, and New Zealand. And I'm always looking to add more. So if you wanted to add a specific city, like Paris, you type in, I already have Paris written on there, but give you an example. Oops. You just type in Paris, okay, and bang, it's Paris, France right there. And it'll be the Google Maps for France. Yellow Pages currently only does 4 major countries, and that's Canada, US, Australia, and the United Kingdom. Now, moving on to some of the other sources you get, another big one being Craigslist. And Craigslist can be used for multiple different things. I mean, Craigslist, you can do CPA marketing. You could do offer businesses products and services. You could be a middleman. You can sell your stuff. I mean, there's so much you can do with Craigslist. It's almost ridiculous. It's almost good enough by itself. I mean, if the software just had Craigslist, it'd be great. And what you can do, just give me an example. If I type in, say, iPhone, and I want to find people that are looking to buy an iPhone, this is how simple it is. I would just check off locations. In this scenario, I'll just check all U.S. cities. Then I'm going to hit search. I'm going to have to stop this quickly, Maps and Yellow Pages, and it will cause issues with the webinar software if I let it run.
Not a
So I'm
problem.
going to hit search. Okay, I'm going to hit stop. So that quickly, we got 17 leads, people looking to buy iPhone, their emails here that you can contact them, phone numbers even, and again, from there it's no different. If I want to email all those people there, I just select, we move this window up, and if you notice too, when you click on these ads, you get the, the full classified ad pulled up in the window right here. So you can see every ad. So after you click on, select all the ones you want to email, you click on send emails, it pulls all of them up into the queue, as you can see here, and then you can actually set the schedule. You can set the number of emails you want to get sent per hour, per account, and then it'll automatically interval that for you already. And then if I wanted to actually send an email right now, you just process queue, and that's it. And then the emails, off they go. They start getting emailed. So if you had 500 emails listed in here, you could simply schedule that, hit process, leave the software running, and all these leads are going to be contacted with your offer. And iPhone actually has a pretty popular CPA offer. That's why I'm bringing up that. But if you wanted to do, even web design, web designer, I'm going to type in web designer and go under, let's see here. Go under jobs, and if you do, anything you can find on Craigslist, the software is going to find for you. And okay, I'm just going to stop it here. I need to let it run all day. And you can contact all these different places that are looking for a web designer. I mean, it's just amazing at the amount of leads and listings and what you can do with this software if you use it properly. Another cool little tidbit about the Craigslist part, and this is something that a lot of my customers asked me to add, was the ability not to extract Craigslist emails, and Craigslist emails being the email column on the left. And suppose you only wanted to extract regular snail mail email addresses. You can do that. You can don't extract Craigslist emails, and it'll only pull up regular email addresses that aren't associated with Craigslist. And while I'm talking about that, I'll just go into the other feature set that you get. A lot of people are concerned about duplicate emails or duplicate classified ads or duplicate businesses. You can remove all that before you even start. You just click on remove duplicates, and with same email and headline being a business name or classified ad headline. So it'll remove all that stuff before you even start. The deep search properties, I've already kind of covered this already, but I'm going to go over it again with you. If you have do not search website selected, the software is not going to search any of the URLs it finds for that business. It's the fastest way to search. You get less email addresses. You get a lot less. When you have on search websites, if there's no email in the listing, the software will go to the business URL. If there is no email listed on a Google Maps page or a yellowpages.com site, it'll go there then if no email is found. Always search websites, pretty self-explanatory. It's always going to search websites for emails regardless if one is on the listing page or directory page or not. Now, coming down to multiple emails of a single lead. If you notice, there's 2 email columns for every source that we select. There's always emails, and body for the ad sites and for Google, Yellow Pages, Super Pages, Yahoo Local. You have emails and then emails from website.
Yeah, I imagine this would be problematic with something like a realtor, where that real estate agency may have, like, all the agents have individual email addresses. Is that where something like this would come into play?
That's correct. That's a really good example, actually. Depending on your business and how you contact businesses and how you craft your emails and whether or not you want the whole office to know that you contacted all 10 realtors or you want to send separate messages to all 10. This is what allows you to do that. If you have on send message as a carbon copy, it's just CCing the whole office. So, for example, let's take this listing right here. Let's suppose this was a real estate listing, and suppose there was 5 other email addresses here. If you had on send separate messages, it's going to send a separate email to the column here on the left, and it's going to send a separate email to the column on the right. So 2 separate emails. Either person does not know you contacted the other one. Now, if you have send messages carbon copy, it's going to send email to the first column and then CC the guy in the second column. And it's going to CC all of them in the second column. So depending on how you want to approach it and which one you want to use, it's up to you, but I put both options in there. If you just don't want to bother with the right column, you can just send messages to the first email address only, which is the emails in the left column.
Okay.
Additional features in filtering is if you want to ignore. Suppose you want to search for roofing contractors. Suppose you have some type of business and for some reason you need to contact roofing contractors. You can, when you're pulling up, say, businesses in Maps or Yellow Pages, you find that you're getting roofing supplies with that. You know, people that do roofing supplies, but you don't want that. So what you simply do is you type in the word you want to filter out. So you just type supplies in there, leave it like that, and you can use multiple words by using the semicolon and then just adding another word, and it will filter out all the businesses with the word supplies in it. So you just get contractors. If you want to match a keyword, then you just check the box and then you match it exactly. More times than not, though, you probably will not need to use that. It's only for very specific, let's say, niches that you'd want to use something like that. Now, getting into more about the emailing and accounts and so forth, here's where you set the number of emails you want to go out per hour. So if you want to send out 100 an hour per account, you can set whatever limit you want. But I do recommend checking with your SMTP server before you do any type of mass mailings. Like Gmail is 500 a day. Most web hosting SMTP accounts is about 10,000 a day, I believe. So from here you add your own accounts, and you can send a test email to yourself as well to look at the email before you send it out to your leads. And in connection settings, you have the option to use a proxy. If you want to use a proxy to search a website, generally you do not need to use a proxy, but you may want to. It's up to you. Now going into another source here, let's pick, let's say we do Yahoo Local. Yahoo Local is pretty much like Google Maps, except it's a different directory altogether. So if we wanted to search, again, dentists, and let me just do the whole, well, maybe not do the whole U.S. Let's pick a state. Kansas and Kentucky. Again, it's going to pull up the same type of information. I'm sure if you used Google Maps in the past, you know exactly what type of information you're going to get. And it's going to start pulling up. Again, it'll work tab on, do not websites. My audio off because this software is running at a very fast speed. I'm just going to go ahead and stop it here. And if you notice, a lot of these businesses don't have any type of, can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you okay. Or I can hear you okay.
Okay. All right. All right, because my audio keeps kicking on and off when I have this turned on. So
okay.
Sorry about that. Again, you have emails from website. Now, you might not think this is a lot of emails, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn on the feature always search emails with website, and now you're going to notice a really big difference with them to take a little bit longer to search. But now to give you an idea, and I didn't turn it on the most powerful setting, I'm going to put on the medium setting. And the medium setting will get a lot of emails without taking up a ton of time. As it's doing that, one of the last things that I want to touch on that's really important is scheduler. Now, with the scheduler, you could select a keyword, and you can select a location and have the software search while you're not even at home, as long as the software is running. And the way to do that is, after you have your keyword and your location in the box, you have a little time clock right here. So what you'd want to do is you'd want to set the clock to whatever time you want it to send at that time of day. And then when you click on Set Schedule, you're going to have days of the week come up. And then you can pick the days of the week you want to run. So for example, if you wanted to search, Craigslist for a certain item on certain days of the week, you could do that while you're not even at home, and the software will extract all of the leads, and then from there the software contact all the leads automatically for you. So after it pulls up 200, 300, 400 leads, however many leads were posted that day for your keyword term, saying Craigslist, when it's done, it'll send out all the emails automatically to you. Now I'm going to stop it here, but as you can see, when I changed the setting to always search websites, you notice we're getting a lot more emails now.
Yes.
And you're getting multiple emails from the site itself. So that's what happens when you turn that on. You get a lot more email addresses, but it does take a little bit longer. And since this is a demo, I didn't want to waste too much time just pulling up listings. I'd rather try to cover as many features as I can for you. And some of you people, I mean, you might not want to email email anybody. If you just want to take a list, gather for every type of business, you just can take all these listings and then export them right to a CSV file. And you can open it up. It's an Excel sheet, and then you can give that to somebody, give that to your sales rep, or you can do it yourself and make calls yourself. So it's pretty easy to take all this data and export it somewhere else, or you can make changes to it and then re-import it. For example, if you wanted to put a person's name in the listings, suppose you wanted to say, okay, I want this business owner's name. You could, export the data, call them up, get their name, punch it in, and re-upload it. A lot of people ask me, how come I don't use the Whois database? And there is software out there that uses the Whois database, and it's pretty useless. And the reason it's useless is because 9 times out of 10, the Whois database is going to contain another marketer's information that built the website for them. So yeah, it might have somebody's name, but whose name is it? You're not going to really know. There's another website called Manta.com, and if any of you guys and girls do local marketing and know about Manta.com, some of the listings do have a person's name, but it doesn't say whose name it is. So it's not beneficial. If you don't know for sure that's an owner's name or that's somebody of authority, that could be the secretary, and that's no better than anybody else's name, to be honest with you. So that pretty much covers the main gist of what you can do with this software. I'm sure you know what Super Pages is. Super Pages is just like Yellow Pages. I'm not going to beat a dead horse and go into that because it's almost identical. It's just a different business directory with different businesses in it. If you also want to do Google and Yahoo search engine, that's in here too. Kijiji for Canada is in here. And if you don't see locations that you'd like, you can always add your location. And just to give you a heads up about some of the features that are going to come out shortly, I'm going to be adding an auto contact form submitter for, say, Gumtree or Backpage. Some of these websites don't really have a whole lot of email addresses or a way you can contact them, but they might have a contact form. So I'm going to create something so that the software can contact these businesses for you via the contact form on their own website. So it's going to be very simple. Another thing, if you do anything with AdWords, I'm going to be adding another feature that tells you for keyword which URLs have AdWords or paying for advertising from Google.com, and then it's going to tell you where their website ranks organically. So you can compare the two. Wow, they're on page 3 organically, but paying money to be on page 1 with AdWords. Wow, that's a great business to contact. I mean, it's really crazy what you can do. Some of the other things that I know customers are doing with this software that I haven't really spoke about, majority of customers are local marketers. There's a lot of people using it for CPA marketing. There's people flipping domains, buying domains and flipping them. There's people that are local marketers that are creating websites, if you will, satellite sites. And just to touch on this, if you want to know a really quick way to make money in local marketing without knowing a whole lot, I'm going to give you a 5-minute plan, and it really just takes 5 minutes to explain it to you. It might take a little bit longer than that to implement, and the way you'd want to do it is you just, whatever city you live in. Suppose you live in Miami, Florida, for example. You would just pick out a nice keyword to go with that, a type of business, Miami plumbers, plumbers in Miami, best Miami plumbers, and you would buy that domain. Cost only $9 to buy, not very much. Buy that domain name, create a very simple directory website where you can have up maybe only 5 listings, and go to 5 different businesses and approach 5 different plumbers and say, hey, listen, my website is on the first page of Google, and you don't even have a website. I'll charge you X amount of dollars a month, and you can be on my page. And once you build this website, it's very easy to get a website like that ranked number 1 or 2 in Google very quickly, especially in the local search. Within even a week or 2, you can be on page 1 very fast with a local site like that. But the idea is, you create a couple of sites like that, then you can use the software to contact these businesses, and then you can even put the link to the website right in your emails you're sending out. I mean, it's being done already. Just look at all the directory sites that are out there, tons of them, and there's still money to be made in your local market doing it. You just have to know the basic knowledge and have a way to contact all these leads. There's so many different businesses out there. It's not feasible for you to go out and go door to door to contact these people. You can do it all from the Power Leads Pro software.
Matt,
I really don't have anything much more, Willie.
yeah, I was going to say I actually have directory sites myself where I will go out and find every realtor, for example, say in an area, and I'll list the realtor for free on the site, then contact them and offer them an upgraded listing. And so this software is ideal for, first of all, make sure I have all the realtors, but then an easy way to contact them via email or direct mail and offer them that upgraded listing, for a premium price. And you also hope that maybe one of them will want to buy the site. So that's an excellent business model, and it is one that I make quite a bit of money from using.
That's very true, really. It's funny you mention that, because I've done the same thing in the past, except what I used to do is, it could be hard to have a site with or try to rent out a directory site with no listings on it. So you'd want to pre-populate those listings first.
Right.
And a good way to do it is you could add 2 or 3 businesses to that site, so it looks like you have 2 or 3 customers, and then go to the 3rd and 4th business and say, hey, listen, I already have these 3 businesses on my site. I already have 1 spot left or 2 spots left. And when when that plumber or that whatever type of business sees a competitor, they're going to want to be on that site too. So
yeah, in fact, they realize if they're not on that site that their competitor is gaining market share. So you just point out that, look, you're not on the site, and the site's listed on the first page of Google. And so that's a fairly easy sale. I know some of our listeners are also wondering, what type of niches or what markets would this software be good for? And when I look at it and look at all the different databases that it's accessing data from, I think almost any niche. I mean, whether you're renting apartments or you run a beauty parlor or have a garage or a car dealership or whatever, that all of these are ideal niches to be in, and to use this software to find your ideal customers who are already online looking for what you have to sell. So to me, it's like almost anybody should be able to use this software.
That's correct, Will. I agree. It pretty much goes for, any niche, any type of business. You can benefit from it. I mean, I just, before this webinar, I wish I had a little bit more time to wake up and get prepared and everything else, but I was on a phone for almost an hour with a customer that called me, and he was amazed at all the different features that came on the software. And, he was telling me, I did a really good job on it, but it really came from my customer feedback. Why the software is so good. So if yourself find a way to make it better for your niche, if you need more help finding and making it work for you, just always feel free to give me suggestions, and I get everything added, because customers that are most important. It's really your software.
Excellent.
So,
excellent.
Yep. So I mean, I'm sorry, Willie, go ahead.
No, so I was saying the software is still evolving to what the customers are looking for, because I know the internet marketers selling to local offline businesses is a huge market, and they're waking up to the fact that most people, when they look for something on the internet, they go to the search engines. I'm sorry, when they look for a product, they go to the search engines first rather than going to the yellow pages these days. And so if they're not online, they're missing customers. So it's very easy to sell that to local businesses, and the software makes it, really, really easy. Now, I like this quite a bit. And I have looked at some of the competing products out there. I have friends that have created some that I think is overpriced, and it does like a fraction of what yours does. So this is really, really good. Now you've actually agreed to, as a favor to me, to offer this software to my subscribers and friends at a special deal. Can you tell them about that and tell them what they're getting, what they would get?
Oh, sure. This is what we have planned just for Willie's customers only. For people who want to join at the base level, I'm going to knock off, and the base level is the light, I'm going to knock off 10%, I'm sorry, I'm going to do 15% for you, which is a savings of around $30 on the light version. And this is a matrix chart right here. This shows you basically all the features that you get with it. And the light version will give you Google Maps and the Google search engine only, but you get everything else as the other ones except the sources. Okay, so with the Plus version, in addition to Google Maps and Google search engine, you also get Yahoo Local, Yahoo search engine, super pages for businesses and people. And the Plus version goes for $497, and I'm going to knock off 20% for you today, just for Willie's customers. Now, the Suite version is by far the best deal, and it's the most powerful version out of all three, and you get every single source you saw today. You get Yahoo Local, Yahoo Search Engine, Super Pages, Backpages, Gumtree, Kijiji, eBay Classifieds. You also get free updates, live system setup, and priority phone support. Now, for the Suite version, I'm going to discount the package by 30%, and the price tag is $997, so you're going to get over $300 off the price.
Wow, that's huge. But that discount's not going to last forever, though. That's just a 3-day discount, is it not?
A 3-day discount, a 72-hour discount for your customers, Willie.
Okay, so if you're thinking about getting this, and you can see how you can use this in your business, and if you're in any kind of business where you depend on getting fresh leads in the door, this software just basically shows you who in your market area is looking for what it is that you have to sell. It gives you a way to reach out to them by email, by direct mail. It gives you a database of who your customers are and how to reach them, and it gives you phone numbers and all kinds of things. So to me, this software is a no-brainer, and Matt is constantly updating the software. Now, do they get updates with the package? How is it structured?
Yes, they do get updates. They get 1 year free, everything I update, sources, features, everything else like that. And then after the first year, the only thing that they get updated will be just the maintenance and support aspect of it. Meaning if a site changes a little bit, the software has to be recoded to adjust to the change, they get those updates for free. There is no annual license fee. You don't have to pay that price annually. It's yours to keep forever.
Excellent, excellent.
And you also get, with the Suite package, you get priority phone support. Okay, so anytime you need me during working hours, Monday through Friday, you call me up with any questions, and that's in addition to my support desk. You also get access to the members only forum, where there's over 400 or 500 other marketers in there that discuss ideas and ways to make money with the software, where you can submit feature requests. Luckily, my bug part of the forum is very minimal. I don't have any bugs in the software.
Excellent.
I fully test and thoroughly test over and over again. And you also get video tutorials. And for Plus and Suite buyers, you get live system setup. meaning me and you one-on-one on Skype and TeamViewer while I set up the software for you. I will install it for you. I will set up your email account within the software for you. I show you the features one-on-one again and go over any questions you may have.
Well, I've not ever purchased a piece of software. I think where you get the software developer actually setting it up for you, that's huge, because I know a lot of us are intimidated when we set something up for the first time, and to know that someone who lives and breathes the software will set it up for you, to me, is in itself a huge bonus. But you've also pointed out there's an entire community of users already using the software, and that's where you get some of the best ideas on how to leverage the software. You see what other people are doing with the software that's making them money, that's bringing in them tons of customers, and being human nature, us being people who like to show off, we all like to log into the forum and show what we're doing, what's working for us, our bright ideas. And so that forum is huge too, because it's, you don't have to think up things. Others are already sharing with you what they're doing that's working, and that's what you want to know. So I highly encourage the listeners to go ahead and grab the software. The URL itself is poweredleadspro.com, and then / my name, which is Willie. So poweredleadspro.com / Willie, and you can make that all lowercase. poweredleadspro.com / Willie, and Matt is offering those discounts he told you about, but they're only good for the next 3 days. Now, do they need a discount coupon to get that?
That's correct. They do need to use a coupon code. If you want the suite version, the code will be Willie30, all one word together.
Okay, Willie and the number 30, okay.
That's correct. And for the plus version, it will be Willie20. And for the light version, it is Willie15, all one word, in the coupon code box. Now, make sure that when you do order and select the product, that you're using the right coupon code. The Willie30 will not work on the plus or the light version, and the Willie15 won't work on the plus or the sweet version. Each coupon code is specific for that product. So Willie30 is for the sweet version, Willie20 is for the plus version, and Willie15 is for the light version.
Now, if I do encourage them to order right now, but for those who might be listening to the recording later, if they have questions, what's the best way for them to get those questions answered? Should they contact me, or is it better to have them contact you through a support desk or something like that?
Yeah, they can. If anybody has any additional questions, you could contact me at Insiders. That's INSIDERS support support.com /help desk.
Okay, and we do have one question. A person was asking, saying that they use several outsourcers and want to know how many installations they get.
You get 2 installations. It could be used on 2 different computers. You get 2 licenses with 1 purchase. If you want to purchase more licenses, you can do that.
Okay.
Each license after the second one is $197.
Okay, and after that first year, they're asking about support to the same person, actually. So after the first year, the
support after the first year is going to be support per year will be $97 per year.
Okay, and that's very very fair. It's a lot cheaper than you'd pay Microsoft or somebody like that. And this is a very powerful software, and the support to me is very important, because the search engines and those databases are constantly evolving, so they do need to stay plugged into the support to keep the software up to date. But I've never seen software this powerful and this fast. I mean, we were on a webinar, so you had to slow things down because the webinar platform's using resources too. But this is very powerful software, and it will let you just pull in a ton of leads. And if you're working with offline business, whatever, or you have assistants in your office, it makes perfect sense to train those assistants. You've got the tutorials already available for them. Let them learn how to use the software. Let them drive leads to your salespeople, your support room, or whatever, and your call centers, and you take it from there. So I love this software. I absolutely love this software. And again, do encourage you to go ahead and get it now and not dilly-dally and let the discounts expire.
Does any?
Okay, I'm not seeing
Let's
any
see
questions
here.
coming in. Are you?
No, that's a good thing. That means I covered everything fairly well. That's good.
And again, for people who watch the recording later on, if you have questions, you can just contact either one of us, and we'll handle the questions for you. We're happy to answer any questions that you might have. So with that, I would like to again encourage them to go to powerleadspro.com/Willie. That's powerleadspro.com/Willie. And I'd like to thank you all for taking time out to tune in today. And feel free to share this with your online buddies, because especially since the discount expires in 3 days. Go ahead and tell them about it now so they can get that discount too. And I thank you again, Matt, for taking time out to show us your new software.
No, really no problem. Thank you. And guys, remember, I mean, you're never going to do well online. A lot of people often look for push-button solutions that are totally on autopilot. Well, this software really is on autopilot, especially with the scheduler, because you can really set that and go away for the weekend, and it's going to be contacting leads for you automatically with your offer. If you want to increase your business and you want to make more money online right now, you need to go ahead and go to powerleadsPro.com/Willie and order it. You have a full 7 days, again, to try it out even after you purchase. If you're not happy for any reason, you can always ask me for a no questions asked refund, but that's not going to happen. Out of over 1,000 sales, I could probably count on one or two hands how many refunds I actually process with it, because everybody loves this software. This software is going to give you everything you need to find specific businesses and use those targeted leads to send them your offer and your service to them. So
we did get one other question, which is a guy asking when the software generates a database, does it configure for postcard mailings? That really depends on the mailing software they're using, right? You mentioned it was set up for Avery.
Well, let me see if this opens up with, let me see here. I'm going to show you what you can do. And this was actually, it's kind of funny the way this is added. This we didn't mean to add this, it just kind of happened. So you can actually do that from the software already. Let me show you. I'm going to get a listing. It's going to take a little bit because it's killing our resources, but I'm going to show you what you can do with this print email in here. The print email will allow you to do that, to whatever type of listing that you, or whatever type of postcard or a letter or anything like that. It'll allow you to print it out directly onto that. Now let me go and hit print. Let me see if it comes up.
While you're doing that, I was wondering about the import feature too. Can I pull in external databases? For example, if I have the listing from the local chamber of commerce, can I pull that into the software?
Yes, you can.
Okay. You
can import leads and export leads. So if you have an email list already or a database CSV, you can upload that right to the software.
Excellent.
So you can do that. The thing I'm trying to show you, it's not, the webinar is conflicting with this. What happens is when you print these emails, you do get a dialog box that pops up giving you options to print it to a 5x8 postcard, to this. So yeah, you can actually print to whatever type of paper you want, postcards too.
Okay, excellent, excellent.
So you can.
And I'm checking to see if there are any more questions. We had one person ask about getting Plus now and upgrading to the suite at a future date.
Yes, you can, but the thing is, when you upgrade, you will have to pay the price difference because the discount will be over with. So you can always get the suite version now.
Okay.
But you can upgrade at any time.
Okay, and that's all the questions that we have received thus far. But this is a really, really powerful piece of software, and I mean, it is a mailing list manager and an emailing manager, and just if you can think of keywords and an industry, uh, you can find people online looking for what you're selling, and then it's just a matter of you deciding how you want to contact them. If you're comfortable with email, that's fine. If because you are contacting people who are looking for what you have to sell, that they've already indicated they're interested in it. And if you prefer direct mail, that works too. And this software lets you format that mail in, as we've already just pointed out, a number of different formats, and then just get the mail out the door really fast.
That's right.